Welcome everyone to Vinland Saga manga commentary and ASMR. Anyways, we're switching it up. We're doing a few manga chapters at a time now. We're doing 104 to 109 today, so I hope you guys enjoy. So we start off the chapter with Halfdan's business practice. It's pretty much a loan shark, a credit card from the past, if you will. But anyways, we have a situation where a guy couldn't pay back his loan and attacked his or Halfdan's men. This is basically what he does. He pretty much lets people borrow money when they're of need, when they're like their farmers down or they're short in money. And I think he knows that they can't really pay it back. So it could actually be a lot cheaper for him just to let them borrow money and have their houses or their land as collateral, knowing that they're not going to pay it back, and he gets it at the end, maybe even at a discount. Later, we see Leaf trying to persuade Halfdan to let him and his crew borrow money so they can go to Vinland and pretty much start a farm over there, telling him that whoever invests can get a pretty good return on their investment because the land is fertile. They have a lot of space to raise animals as well, and it really helps out that Einar and Thorfinn were slaves, and they know how to clear land to make farmland. But Halfdan kind of drops a bombshell on the crew, letting everyone know that the last expedition to Vinland was a failure because Leif's little brother got in a fight with Native Americans, and the tensions are already kind of high over there, which is not good for Thorfinn and Einar because their whole goal is to go over there and be a peaceful society. And it seems that fighting and stuff um, is already common between the natives and the Norse, so it's gonna be a lot harder than they originally thought. They're kind of a little bit mad at Leaf for not letting them know, but Leaf kind of rebuttals, saying that maybe they wouldn't have gone if they knew that, but that Thorfinn is the guy to get that done, to get peace going and stuff like that. We start off the next chapter with Halfdan and Thorfinn talking business. Thorfinn is asking about his loan. Halfdan lets him know that a loan or large loan requires a large, collateral, and that the real reason he's a money lender, it's not necessarily for the land or the money he can get back, but it's mostly to belittle other people, take their pride, and that's why he kind of targets people with their backs to the corner because they have no other option than to accept his help, which is it's kind of shitty, but that is how a lot of people operate. They rather go down a hole than ask for people's help just because they're prideful. Um, so what he's kind of insinuating is that he wants Thorfinn's pride in exchange for the loan. So he tells him to get down on his knees and suck his toes. I mean, kiss his feet. Um, and Thorfinn, not being a prideful person, thinks it's like a small price to pay for the goal he's trying to achieve. And Halfdan is shook about that because he usually deals with people that are very prideful, and he plays it off as a joke. I think this kind of like pissed him off more, um, just because it didn't go his way. Thorfinn was unable to secure the loan from Halfdan, but Halfdan does give them a few gifts, or just one gift, just a bunch of it, and that is Norwal horns. And it's kind of weird, but Leaf explains to the crew that it's kind of Halfdan's way to test them, because in a faraway land called Kurtland, which I believe is in Asia, they can sell the horns for really high prices. Like they're worth their weight in gold because people over there think that they're unicorn horns. And being unicorn horns, they're kind of like a mystic item that can cure illnesses, stop poisons from spreading, stuff like that. So they fetch a high price. I do find it a little bit messed up that they're doing that because they're kind of ripping people off with the promise of a mystical item for a lot of money. Um, but I guess it's just the way people were back then. They're more gullible for to things like that. I don't really see it happening today's day and age. But anyways, today's sponsor is Hustlers University. With as little as $50 a month, you can get 5 Bugattis and be a billionaire by the end of the year. So we start the next chapter with Gudrid hiding again. She's really trying to avoid her marriage with Sirgud, but it was unavoidable, and they have a ceremony and they get married. The lady in this panel is actually Gudrid. I was kind of confused, but they give her a wig, so that's why she has blonde hair. But anyways, they go off. They have a party, and funny part is you see like the girl that actually loves Sirgud kind of eyeing them down and stuff like that. It gets later, and at times it's the time for them to get busy since they're married. Go into their room and make the beast with 2 backs. But before Sirgud can get to stabbing, Gudrid stabs him in the leg. She kind of like does it without really thinking, but she's kind of in deep trouble now. In the final chapter we're reviewing, uh, Gudrid runs away, and Halfdan goes off and looks for her. Gets his guys to try to look for her, but she does end up with Thorfinn and the gang at the dock. They when they're about to depart the next day, and she kind of like is sad about it, and why she has to be stuck in this way, why she has to get married and she can't be a sailor and explore the world with them. And she's a little bit defeated. But her sister-in-law comes and comforts her. She knew that Gudrid was gonna end up over there, so she brings her stuff and says goodbye, and they take off. And Gudrid obviously sad because she can't really change her way, and um, she has to do it. Or now that she stabbed Sergu, she has no other choice. But she kind of feels bad for being so stubborn. And the chapter kind of ends with Sergud going back to his father and promising him that he's not going to come back to this area unless he gets Gudrid. So he kind of embarks on and chases them with his friends or his crew. And that's a good, like, that's a little good side story that they can spread upon, them chasing them while Thorfinn and his crew, they're having a little bit of an adventure. So these last few chapters were pretty enjoyable. We see a lot of character development with Halfdan. With him being an older guy, he doesn't really use force. He uses leverage with people, which is not necessarily killing people, but it's really messed up and very cynical. And we get introduced to Sirgud, which is his son. He's really trying to be like his dad, but I think he's a kind person, kind of silly, and he really wants to get taken seriously by people around so he can inherit his father's farms, stuff like that. But I feel like he's either gonna be changed for the good or changed for the bad. Right here is like 50-50. But I do like that they set up that with Sirgu chasing after Thorfinn and his crew, and how they set up them having to go really far to sell the horns so they can make money to go to Vinland. But yeah, those are my thoughts. If you like my monotone voice and my slightly funny jokes, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more videos out. It kind of humiliates, humiliate,